Hi everyone, this is Marianne and welcome to my channel. Before the end of the year 2022, my good friend Alden sent me this planner that he designed and had made available for sale. We have been talking about planners and notebooks and also Philippine literature and politics and a little bit of pop culture for several months now, and we have a ton of things in common. Now, the Mala tree is a crystal shop. The principle of the Mala tree will be explained in better detail on the website. I suggest you go check it out. There's a lot of information there, but the company is based on the principle of manifestation and also heavily takes from Feng Shui, which I hear being pronounced as Feng Shui by mostly Americans, but in the Philippines we say it as Feng Shui. The Philippines has a very rich history with the Chinese because the Chinese has been in the Philippines even before the Spaniards came. The Chinese never colonized the Philippines. Instead, they made favorable ties with the native Filipinos. They were mostly merchants and craftsmen. Chinatown still exists today in Binondo, which is a district inside the old city of Manila, which is inside Metro Manila, the capital region of the Philippines. So, inside Metro Manila is the old city of Manila, and inside the old city of Manila, there is a district called Binondo, which is also known as Chinatown. That is the seat of our feng shui or feng shui in the Philippines, and we will see a contemporary application of feng shui in this planner that is designed by Alden. I am so happy that he sent me two gifts, and he made it a point to choose for me what he knows will apply. This is a bracelet made of sodalite beads. It is bound by an elastic, which actually works best for me because I have the tiniest wrist. And sodalite is the stone of communication and logic, rationality and efficiency. It is also called the stone of truth. These are things that a writer needs, aside from being chaotically creative, of course. The sodalite, I believe, will temper the chaos of words. And I've actually been wearing this bracelet since this very first day that I got it. I only take it off when I need to take a shower. The other gift that he sent me is this clear quartz, which is a healing stone. He knows I have chronic illness, and it's really so thoughtful of him to send me this. I really appreciate it. The stone is very pretty. And of course, healing here pertains not only to the healing of the body, but also to the healing of the mind and the healing of the soul and or the spirit. You can also get these same things from the Mala Tree website and other kinds of crystals as well. And there, in the website, Alden has information on how to program these stones and care for them. These are very nice gifts from a good friend that I will treasure for a very long time. Now let us get to the planner. This is a squarish planner with a double loop wire binding. I forgot to measure it in the video, but it is 7 inches tall and 6.5 inches wide, not including the wire binding at the side. It is a very portable size, and because of the binding, you can fold it over into itself to save on desktop space. In the front is a page where you can write your name and contact details, and the first statement already says, I am name and I'm ready to manifest my dreams. On the next spread is a message from the Mala Tree, and on the right page is an explanation on how to use this planner. You can pause the video if you want to read the whole thing. Next, we have a year at a glance for 2023 and 2024. And next, we have a list for the lifetime bucket list and also some things to aim for in 2023, such as this list of 23 things, which you can use as like 23 books to read in 2023, or 23 movies to watch in 2023, or 23 cities to visit in 2023. Things like that. Can be anything that you want. Of course, there's also space for your word of the year, your roles for the year, and manifestation statement. On the facing page is a dot grid page that you can use for brainstorming or notes. Next is an entire spread to write down your goals for the 8 aspects of your life. These aspects are personal, fun, travel and recreation, professional and learning, love, family and relationships, health and wellness, spiritual and personal growth, financial, and physical environment. I believe this is inspired by the 8 areas identified in the Moxie Life goal setting system, and I can understand why so many people are inspired by the Moxie Life because it makes so much sense. I've also filled out my Moxie Life Plan to Thrive workbook already, and my process video will be linked in the description box in case you're interested. Next, we have 4 pages that have columns for each month of the year, perhaps for birthdays and anniversaries, or for due dates of bills or for deadlines, things like that. And then now we come to the monthly spread for January 2023. It is pretty basic, but provides enough room for short reminders. Note that this has a Monday start. Behind it is a page for your plans for the first quarter and a page for an abundance check-in. And now we begin with the pages for each day. January 1 is here because that is a Sunday, and this planner has a Monday start. So the first full week is right here. Every single day has information about what activities are favorable and unfavorable, a list of auspicious hours, what mineral or element will boost your luck for the day, and what Chinese zodiac sign you might clash with for the day, and which direction is unlucky. This is Feng Shui. Definitely Feng Shui. Feng Shui has very specific rules if you want to be strict with yourself about following Feng Shui, but by no means is Feng Shui extremely restrictive. It is a practice that you can use if you want to harmonize yourself with your environment. The choice is yours to make. If you want to go Feng Shui, this planner already gives you a day-by-day guide. At the bottom of each week are some manifestation tips, 1 tip for each week. And of course, you have space to list down your tasks for each day. But if you're going to decide on doing a task or setting a schedule, you can check whether that task or schedule is actually favorable or unfavorable according to Feng Shui. And this is how all of the weeks are laid out. Every day has a different information. At the end of the January pages is a page about healing crystals, and after that are the pages for February, and it is the same layout. You have here some information about Kua numbers. Again, you can pause the video if you want to read through. And I did record this video in 40K 30 frames per second, and I also rendered it in 40K 30 frames per second. So this should be clear to read through, especially if you're watching on a large monitor. These pages are laid out actually very neatly, in my opinion. I love the proper alignment. And I love the use of space and how there is a proper visual hierarchy of information here, and that there is actually no need for color because of that. In just black and white and shades of gray, we're able to figure out which information we need to see first in a split second. From here on out, we're just going to flip through the rest of the planner and just enjoy seeing all of these pages, and I will put on some calming music for you. As we go along, feel free to pause the video at any point if you want to read through something. But of course, you will get the best benefit of this planner if you have this physical planner with you, so you can carry it around and write on it. don't really live by Feng Shui. I mean, I'm very familiar with Feng Shui. It pervades Philippine culture because of our history with the Chinese. It has been here for centuries. But even if you don't live by the principles of Feng Shui completely, there are so many things of Feng Shui that just makes sense, such as the proper use of space in your home for optimal airflow and light, and the optimal flow of energy across your living space. Also, where to place plants so they can not only thrive, but also be more beneficial to the flow of your energy. You know, things like that. And even if you don't even live by those, Feng Shui is a very interesting thing to research because it shows an important part of Chinese culture. And here we are now at the end of 2023, and here we have a list of 23 of my most favorite people for 2023. I think this is very nice. I do hope I get on someone's list. And over here is a space for reflections. The next pages are for a brain dump for 2024 and a brain dump for someday. And here is a page for important holidays. Now this page is interesting. It is a 365 days check-off page. This will tell us specifically how many days we are into the year if all that we know right off the bat is the date. For instance, if it's the 9th of June, we can just look at this matrix or table and we will see that we are on the 160th day of the year. It's a very interesting table to have and can come in handy, especially when you're doing the journaling, you know, like I am on day 176 of 2023, you know, if you want to do that. Next is a page for favorites, favorite non-persons, I suppose. Inanimate objects, specifically like a favorite book, a favorite movie, favorite new food. And over here is a list for your 100, which can be anything. I've seen this list before in other planners. I think if memory serves me right, the Hobonichi also has a 100 list. Here's a spread for the days of Chinese New Year's across the years, because Chinese New Year is never the same as our New Year of the Gregorian calendar. The New Year of the Gregorian calendar, which most countries use, including the Philippines, is always January 1. But here on this spread, you can see exactly what day the Chinese New Year falls on in the Gregorian calendar. This is useful to have in the Philippines because the Chinese New Year is always declared as a holiday in our country as a way of honoring our centuries-long friendship and camaraderie with the Chinese community in the Philippines. And here we just have a spread for notes, and the last page has coupons, actual coupons that you don't need to submit anywhere, but you can cut out to place in your journal because these will actually need to be used online on the Mala Tree website. And it says here that you can share the information on the coupons with family and friends. And I did make one measurement while filming this video, which was to measure the thickness of the planner. It is about 1.3 centimeters thick, so it's very, very portable. And that is it. That is everything that's inside the Mala Tree Abundance Planner for 2023, designed by my good friend Alden. Do check out the Mala Tree website that I have linked down below. I hope you enjoyed watching as much as I have enjoyed flipping through everything. I hope everyone's new year started well, and I wish everyone all the best for the rest of 2023. Thanks for watching. Bye.